Great job.
Waha. Greetings, dear beautiful, precious spirit soul that you are. Right there. I know. And I want to thank all of you all writing your wonderful notes and love notes and all that. And I know a lot of people want to be doing retreats. And I'm going to be doing retreats where I have a specific topic for each, like, you know, those who want to discover their life's work and then prosper from doing it. You know, another one, you know, on really how this, how to manifest, how to be a really, you are a manifester, but how to hone in those abilities and know how to use those properly, and relationships and all of these kind of goodies. See, all is possible to you. And my topic is generating enthusiasm. You want to be an enthusiasm generator. That would be good. Be an enthusiasm generator. And the heart is the greatest generator that there is, because that's where we reside, according to the Vedas. And I do like this, their work, because to me, it's so much more in-depth, where we got a taste from wherever our disciplines were, that, and you know, all of our research and everything, good stuff. And I found that in the Srimad Bhagavatam, I talk about that, you know, it's called Vaishnava path, basically, and the Bhagavad Gita and all of that, it always made the most spiritually logical sense. And there's also contamination, where you could see infiltration of all of the false fear-based God, guilt, shame, hate, you know, kill, blah, blah, blah. You know, it goes out there because these people who propagate these kinds of conflicts, and it's called worship. That's why, who do you worship? Worship is worship, because it keeps you, I worship this and you worship that, so we have two worships, and they're going to do battle, because my God doesn't like your God, and your God doesn't like my God, and my color and your color, and my nationality, and also the battle of the sexes. This is all a lie. This is all ignorance. And when people fall for this kind of a thing, it shows how ignorant that they are, that they've never really done their work. And the key then in our work is to generate enthusiasm, to generate your own vitality. And what happens is all this stuff that is being broadcast all the time, and it's being broadcast through your own mind as well, and then through the minds of all the other people that you're interacting with. That's why my book, What You Think of Me Is None of My Business, is so excellent. Every teenager should be reading that right now. Parents, grandparents, anybody and everybody is going to give you that really basic thing, that you know, that the people are judging you, they are criticizing you, there's people envious, people hate you, some people want you to be dead, some people want to just make money from you and get something. It's because when people don't know who they are, they're running around trying to find shelter, they're running around trying how do I survive. And then they're taught over and over and over, this is true, that's false, that's true, that's false. Worship this is this. People are completely confused. And they're trying to go, well, what do I do? Where do I go? And so what happens is, and it's keeping us always focused on problems, always focused on terror, always focused on disease, always focused on that and this and that, which are manifestations of people's consciousness. If you change your consciousness, you're not going to manifest that, because that's not your reality, and you're not going to do it. You're going to stay focused on truth. And what is the divine experiment? You know, we know, you know, it's like, one of my sisters, one of her daughters is right at the stage of leaving her body right now. And I realized I never really knew her very well or knew much about it. And it was also one of those things that as I moved into my spiritual life and study, then there were people who had a different religion, and they were like fanatical about that, and we can't talk to you because you have this and that, and also, so it also it broke up our families in a way that we couldn't really be who we are or share. And I remember the one sister who had this, you know, disease in the body, and family said, oh, don't tell her any of that alternative stuff. Well, she could have been over that. Still has it. I mean, really? So it's all of this shut down on our own enthusiasm, and we want to open ourselves up and to be relentlessly enthusiastic and absolutely enthusiastic, because when you really know who you are, you have no fear at all. And the enthusiasm is the simple joy of the being, of even doing nothing. Not doing anything. It's just sitting there, just hanging out and being in this experience. It isn't, see, what real self-love is, it isn't about Terry, I love myself. Well, I just love myself. I just love myself. That's pathetic. You know, you are love. When you're doing that, that's called narcissism, and narcissists are miserable individuals because they're so enamored with their physicalness or so enamored with something about themselves that they don't acknowledge where that comes from. And so what happens is they're working in opposition to their own good, you see. And to live in goodness, you have to harmonize yourself into the realm of absolute goodness, like all of us. And we've all done stupid things. We've all got stuff in the past. We've all got stuff we could focus on forever. Get the lesson, get it over, and forget having lessons. That's another racket to keep you reincarnating into a belief system, concept system, when who you are is a conceptor. You have to get this. And we made it real. So you're owning your thing is attitude is everything. Generating enthusiasm isn't about being positive or negative. I'm not attached to anything that happens or doesn't happen. Soon as you get attached to one side, it's going to bring up the other. Soon as I'm only attached to the positive, so every got the negative. I'm only attached to the positive, negative. Is it in your mind? You don't get it. You're still being manipulated, still being controlled, still being, basically living in ignorance. And all these veils of ignorance, seeing through the glass darkly. You don't need to see through the glass. You need to see clearly spiritual intelligence and spiritual vision and a spiritual enthusiasm of who you really are. And let's start celebrating that and say, how can you celebrate with all the pain and the suffering? Do you think if I go into pain and suffering it's going to help those people? No. How I help is where I vote with my dollars. I put it where that goes. I put it to what has helped me. Oh my gosh. All the people say, oh, I thought you had millions and millions of dollars. Well, yeah, millions and millions of dollars have gone through me, but I give it. I use it. I've built schools in India and feed the poor and take care of cows and stuff. It's like we had grammar schools. I trained ministers and teachers and people who are best-selling authors and doing all these things. You see, I use energy. I don't need to have a whole bunch I'm going to leave somebody when I leave my body. Really? Come on. And what it is then you live. You're alive. You're not sitting there going, oh, I lost everything I ever had. Well, you didn't lose yourself. Enthusiasm is everything. It's not rebuilding it and making it the way it was before. No, it's bringing forth people to be who they've always been. And when we do that, we are transforming. That means we are now have taken charge. Now. And now we're on the move. Relentless enthusiasm. Yeah. Yoo-hoo!
All right. Good.
Toodaloo! I'm calling the director because he's out and about behind a tree somewhere. Here he comes. He's always enthusiastic too. We like enthusiasm. We like fun, and we like being we're do-gooders too. So there you go. Here he comes.